Welcome to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, Pro Wrestling's bad boy and the bad boy of cable, Carnage. And with me, as always, I don't go anywhere without him, is my main man, Tony D. is right here.
Carnage, what's up, brother?
All right.
What's happening?
Oh, not much, man. How you doing?
Doing good tonight, man. I'm excited.
Well, this is cool, man. We're in our secret location, and we're going to be having a guest via Skype. Momentarily,
Skype.
Yeah. We've never done this, but this is going to be like first time, dude.
First time for the show.
That's right, first time.
So
I can't think of any show that's ever done anything like this before.
We're gonna Skype somebody, and they're gonna be on our show.
Exactly.
Dude,
we're going to be able to talk to them and everything, just as if they were here.
That rules.
Is that pretty cool or
I like
what?
it. I like it.
Well, I hope you fans are going to enjoy this, because this is going to be one of a kind, okay? We're starting, we're innovative, we're happening, we're now. Okay, Cage of Dreams. If you don't know by now, you better call somebody, okay? Because this is it right here. So, hey man, let's go ahead and get started. And I got some fan questions. I got a bunch of them now.
You know what, Carnage?
Yeah.
I looked in the inbox earlier. There was like 50 fan questions.
I know, man. I had to pick out 3 for now, and we're going to go ahead and do 3. And so the first fan question is from Billy and B More. I love B More, man. I get there whenever I can. I love it there.
Get up to the harbor.
Yeah, man.
Good time.
Great stuff, man. Hard Rock.
I love it there.
And he asked, hey, I saw the 3 count with Shannon, and I just wanted to say good luck to her, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. Well, as you can see, she's not here with us this week.
She's on spring break, Carnage.
Yeah. What, she on spring break
Yeah.
again?
She's down there at a beach somewhere in Florida, and just like Billy wants to see more, there's a lot of people seeing more.
There's a lot of seeing, a whole lot more. Anyway, yeah, she's doing her thing. It is spring break time, and so she's out doing her thing, and that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll be getting our turn coming up, so that'll be all right.
Shannon, come back soon. We miss you.
Come back. And don't get in trouble down there either, because we know a lot of things happen down there. So just be careful on spring break with all those wild, crazy kids. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Second question. It's for you, my man Tony.
Oh, sweet. Really?
It says, yeah, this is from Colleen B. From right here in Leesburg, man, in the Leesburg area, local girl.
Nice.
She wants to know, hey, you guys haven't talked about Audio Wild in a while, so how's that going? And I see you got your hat on, but you're right, we haven't talked about it.
We haven't talked about it in a long time. I do got my hat on. All right, let me just tell you guys. Thank you for following Audio Wild. The band is no longer together. We haven't had a gig since last fall. We had decided to go part our separate ways. A lot of folks had a lot of things going on. I had the TV show going on, Carnage. I can't even tell you how much time this takes out of my life.
Oh, I know, it's a lot, man.
You probably do know.
Oh, trust me, I know.
But in life, you got to make a choice, and you got to fit in what you can and can't do. But there's always a place for Audio Wild in my heart. Laura was the best singer that I ever sang with.
That's awesome.
Yep. Gabe was the best guitar player that I ever played with. And Preston, well, he did whatever I told him to do, so you can't go wrong there either. But, I do miss the band. Colleen, thanks for asking. Thanks for following.
Yeah, thanks for writing in. And our third question, we got 3 of them tonight. It's for me. It's from Joni in Williamsburg, Virginia. Hey, Joni, what's up, girl? Have you won any new titles lately? Joni, it's funny you should ask.
It's funny.
Yeah, just recently I was in New Jersey for XYZ Wrestling, and it was a little bit of a tournament, and I ended up winning it, and I am the new XYZ Tri-State Champion.
The champ is here.
Right here, baby. That's title number 23, and if all you Joe Neckbones out there, that's a 2 and a 3 together, okay, not separately. That's 23, okay, titles.
Got as many titles
So
as
catch up.
That's right. Never mind. Catch up.
All right, catch up, Joe Neckbones. But okay, now's the time, brother.
Now is the time.
It is. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants it. It is the top 5, and me and my man Tony are going to do it this time.
Top 5.
Top 5, baby. All right, and the top 5 is the 5 weirdest types of spa treatments. Have you ever been to the spa?
I don't want to talk about it. I had a bad experience at the spa.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
Don't want to talk about it, but when the masseuse told me to get on the table, and she said, take off all your clothes. Well, I didn't know you weren't supposed to take off your underwear, so I took off all my clothes. As she came in the room, she screamed and she left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never been in one either, but after seeing this top 5, I don't know if I want to go to a spa because these are pretty crazy, man. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Before you do, Carnage.
Yeah.
The men on Cage of Dreams do not go to the spa.
That's right.
No.
That's right. I have the ladies come to my house and give me private massages.
There it is.
All right, so we're gonna jump right in. Number 5 on the top 5 is a fish nibble pedicure.
Oh, Carnage, look at those toenails.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those fish.
Look at all those little fishies all jumping around.
So what are they eating, man? A peanut butter and toe jam sandwich? What is that?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could. My feet are a little ticklish, man. I don't think I could ever do that, man.
I don't think so.
That'd last about 2 seconds, I think. Wow. Okay, here we go. Number 4. Bird dropping facial. Wow, look at that. That is just nasty.
You gonna rub that on your face?
That's absolutely gross, dude.
Yeah. I got no comment.
Yeah, I can't.
Poopy head.
Nasty. All right, number 3. Leech suck therapy.
Leech what therapy?
I say no.
I say next.
Okay, we're moving on. Number 2. Beer bath massage. Now, see, I can get into massage
Check her out.
in like a hot tub. Look at that.
Yeah, she looks like she's having a good time in there.
And look at the spigots, man. It looks like a big old, what is it, like in the bar where they pull the tap and the beer comes out and stuff like that?
I tell you, it looks
crazy,
crazy,
dude.
I'm still not drinking that bath water.
Yeah, no, that's gross.
Nope.
And anyway, our number one on our top 5 weirdest spa treatments.
Number 1.
Number 1, Thai face slapping.
Oh!
Yow! Man, look at that handprint on his face. Holy mackerel. That's pretty nasty,
That's
dude.
pretty nasty.
But I'll tell you what, our guest tonight via Skype is someone that I would love to give the Thai face slapping spa treatment to. And you know who I'm talking about.
You must be talking about the man.
The man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, Ric Lieb, the role model himself.
You're not talking about Ric Flair Jr. with the boas, that role model.
That role model, exactly. The one that looks like
nice.
has been Eminem or something like that.
You know, I've seen him, he has a radio show. You ever listen to
sure
it?
Does.
He never shuts the hell up, Carnage. I don't know how we're going to control him on this show.
I've done a couple of co-hostings of those shows with him. He was the host, and I was hardly able to get in a word edgewise, and when I did, you know, he was nothing but sarcastic, only because we're so far away. He's doing it in Akron. I'm here in D.C. area.
Well, Carnage, I know you and he have your differences. Now,
Yeah,
I
we do.
have no history with Rick. If you don't mind, I'm going to be neutral. I'm just going to give the
That's
guy
fine,
a fair
man.
shake. I'll make my own opinion about Rick. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, well, we wish we could actually meet him here in the studio, but of course he's not here. He is going to be via Skype, so...
I think that might be better for you and him.
It's going to be hopefully a good interview. It's not going to get out of hand. And
No lawsuits.
Yeah, no lawsuits. Yeah, again, the only reason why he's even on the show, as you'll see in the interview, is through legal proceedings that, he got a lawyer and blah, blah, blah. And so that's the only reason why he's even on the show. But
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, you guys are going to see it firsthand, my arch nemesis, somebody we just don't get along with, period. And that's Ric Lieb, the role model. So come on back, Cage of Dreams.
Hi, I'm Bambi. I'm Mama. And I'm Temptation. And we're the LTW Divas. And you're watching Cage+of+Dreams with Tony D.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, the bad boy of cable, Carnage. And this is a special edition with my man Tony D here. We're in a secret location, and this is a special edition of the show. Normally we're in a studio, but we're not doing it this week because we have received a letter.
There are some legal ramifications.
Yeah, I
to this
received a
show.
letter from Donald R. Dix, an attorney for Ric Lieb, pro wrestler in Akron, Ohio. Me and him have been around the block for years. and it's pretty much saying that, you know, I've been discriminative against him and wouldn't let him on my show to tell his side of the story. I've been running around doing videos and posting things about him for the past couple of years, and so he wanted his time to come on. And because we couldn't actually get him in the studio,
Carnage, I've seen,
bringing him on Skype.
I've seen some of the remarks you've made about Rick. I've seen some of the remarks he has made about you. There's no love lost there.
No, there's not. And there's no love lost between me and his lawyers either. This is what I think of their paperwork. But anyway, let me go ahead at this time and bring in the role model himself from Akron, Ohio, via Skype, Ric Lieb. Welcome, Mr. Lieb.
Well, you know what? Don't act allegedly like the man Tony D, the real star of your show, said when he saw these, there was no love lost. And the fact is, because you're going around telling everybody I'm a donkey or a jackass or whatever you are on your search for Ric Lieb little video vignettes, whatever you want to call them, I don't think it's funny. And you know what? If you were in front of me, instead of being a little PC powerhouse like you like to be, you would realize I would just smack the taste out of your mouth. But you know what? I'm glad you had the balls to actually get me on here, albeit via satellite.
Gentlemen, let me remind you, this is being taped for television, and we have to abide by the FCC regulations on this show.
Not a problem. Now, let me first and foremost, now that I have you, Ric Lieb, on, and we're able to speak to each other, I do want to thank you. As much as you won't believe it, but I want to thank you, and I appreciate you actually having the guts to come on to the show like this. And so I do commend you, sir, for coming on, and so we can have this little back and forth conversation. Hopefully we can do a pretty decent interview, and you stay with me here. I know we're both professionals, and hopefully we can get through this without having to turn into a melee. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute of the airtime right now to go ahead and let my fans know who you are and what you're about. So go ahead, Mr. Lieb, take it away.
Yes, I could be civil and say thank you back. I don't know if I mean it, but I can do it. Anyway, yes, my name is your role model, Ric Lieb. I've been wrestling in independent professional wrestling since 1989. Yeah, me and Carnage have had our little feuds back and forth, but we've never faced each other for any promoter out there that's looking for one heck of a match, because unlike these other people that might be talking trash, I'm not afraid of them, and I would love to get in the ring with them, because, see, these bad boys are for real, and they do beat up people. Now, anybody that would like to hear my podcast on Sundays at 6 p.m. It's on smartmarkradio.com. It's called Pro Wrestling Weekend. And yes, we've even had Carnage on here. But man, I'm going to tell you right now, people, just so you know, I'm going to be more mature on his show than he's been on mine.
Well, I appreciate that. And again, we have done Smart Mark Radio together a few times, and you know, I enjoyed doing that. Even though we did have disagreements, we still were able to get through.
When is Smart Mark Radio on? I've heard it Sunday nights?
Sunday nights at, is it 6:30?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Rick, why don't you go ahead and plug it? Just give us a nice full plug.
Well, smartmarkradio.com. The show's called Pro Wrestling Weekend. It's on Sundays at 6 p.m. Usually we interview an independent wrestler, because our goal is to get independent names out there. Every once in a while, just to keep it fresh, we'll bring in somebody that's been in either the WWE, Worst Wrestling Ever, or TNA Wrestling.
I do have to agree with him on that one. Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I don't like him, I do have to agree with that. That is pretty terrible. But anyway, yeah, you have had some big names on your show, and I see you're wearing your Way T-shirt. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what that's all about?
Well, you know what? Something that all the real wrestlers out there can finally have something to agree with. Somebody tired of wrestling shows where promoters think that a hot dog and a bottle of water is proper payment. In my opinion, that promoter is a yard tard. I'm getting sick and tired of working shows where these guys were trained by watching Tough Enough or watching Raw, which is not even wrestling, it's sports entertainment.
Hey, wait a minute,
and watching all these other crap, and then they come in there and they're like, oh, well, I'm trained. Well, who trained you? Al Snow on Tough Enough? Because the truth is you're not trained. Don't act like you've been doing that and all of a sudden you're a real wrestler. You're a yard tard. You have no clue what you're doing. You have no business in my ring. I'm sick and tired of these guys coming in and wrestling for free. I'm getting sick and tired of these guys because all they're doing is they're taking money out of Ric Lieb's pocket, and Ric Lieb doesn't like when people take money out of his pocket. And I'll tell you what, can you agree with this at least?
Carnage, these are all valid points.
I gotta agree because yard tards really need to get out of the business. They make the business look bad, and they have no place in professional wrestling.
I mean, if you believe that a pair of jeans and a damn jersey and a pair of Nike Nike Air is considered proper ring attire, then guess what? You're a yard tard. Yeah. You have no business in the ring. They have this neat thing called tights and trunks. Buy some. That's what everybody should be wearing to it. If you have a gimmick that doesn't ask for those kind of things, then at least have it in your gimmick. But you know what? If you think that you're the Undertaker, then guess what? You're a yard tard. The only Undertaker there is the Undertaker, and by the way, he lost. I'm just, and one other thing. I mean, I know you shake your head, you agree with this stuff, but there's one thing that I'm going to say about you. If you think that these fans can dictate what you do in life, then you might be a yard tard, because I'm sick and tired of people doing what the fans ask them to do. I don't give a damn about a fan. The fans aren't paying my bills. They're buying my shirts, but they're not paying my bills. So,
yeah, but I think the fans are the ones that are buying the tickets, and they're buying, all the merchandise, and they're the ones that are letting the wrestlers get in there and work from night to night and buying the pay-per-views and the DVDs and all of that stuff. And without them,
let's face it,
there wouldn't be any wrestling. It's the fans that make it happen, and that's what a lot of these wrestlers forget. And that's why when they're out there, they're only out for themselves, and that's why they're not successful, because they should think about the fans, because without the fans being in there, what are they going to wrestle in? An empty building? In an empty ring?
Without the fans, all you're doing is practicing. If you're
Listen, time out. Tony, I hate to cut you off, but get used to it. The truth is this. I'm not saying that the fans don't do all that. That's great. I'm saying the fans want you to kiss their baby and shake their hands, and I'm not touching some dirty white trash or black trash out there who wants to not bathe and then going to shake my hand. It's not happening. I'm not kissing anybody's drolly little snot-nosed baby. I think that's disgusting. And I'm going to be honest about it. The only thing that I will say that the fans deserve is the best show ever, and I always give that. So I'm not worried about it. I'm doing my part.
I don't think that's entirely unreasonable.
No, I mean, yeah, you got to go out there and give, whether it's 5 people or 500, you have to go out there and give 100%. A lot of these guys don't do that.
I mean, I can respect it if like a fan is homeless and hasn't bathed and is disgusting. You don't want any communicable diseases to end up with you or your peers or anything like that. You don't want a contact disease erupting inside the locker room.
Well, we already have that. They're called yard tards. But,
yes.
And so anyway, you've been doing your radio show for how long now have you been doing it?
Well, we were doing the radio show since 2008. If you would just look things up and do your homework, you'd actually know this. Tony D knew this. Maybe he should have asked the question because he would have let it off. You've been doing the radio show since 2008. Also, since 1999, I had a television show called Pro Wrestling Weekly. We did that for 4 years, I believe, and then finally I just got sick and tired of the politics there, and I quit. Shortly after I left, guess what show went off the air? I'm not saying I'm a star. I'm proving it.
Well, I appreciate you always wanting to prove yourself.
Well, another way of looking at that, Rick, is you could have run the show into the ground. So I'm just saying.
Wow, I show you love, and that's how. All right.
Well,
all right.
I'm just, Nielsen ratings are what they are. I don't make up the numbers, but Cage of Dreams is still running strong.
Cage Dreams in its second year, and it's going strong, brother. Now, let me ask you this. Now, you've been in a ring with a lot of big names and stuff. And how do you feel the state of wrestling is now compared to, say, 10 years ago?
Where's wrestling at? The only place I find wrestling is in an independent arena, and you know why? Because I'm one of the guys supplying that. I mean, when I watch TV every once in a while, if I can handle it, it turns my stomach. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say this. TNA Impact has great wrestling matches. They're doing the wrestling right, but I don't understand a dang storyline that's going on. So, you know, you got to kind of make sense with both. Now, WWE, every once in a while they have a pretty decent storyline when they don't have their real veterans farting on the camera to put over some model diva. But, you know, when you're watching that, then you know, you're like, oh, man, okay, I can't wait to see the match. And then they go into the match, and it's so bad. It's 5 minutes of let's just do a bunch of high spots and get out of here. Whatever happened to ring psychology? I don't see that anymore. Whatever happened to being a ring general, because they don't have them in the WWE anymore. Worst wrestling ever. And I'm sick and tired of all the... I can't stand the state of wrestling right now. And I'll tell you what, one of the best wrestlers I've ever been in the ring with is Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty.
I'm undefeated against you, Marty Jannetty. So if you are watching, I'm telling you right now, you have a chance. I'm not going to duck you, but I am undefeated against you. And you know, one of the best wrestlers I've been in the ring with is him. You know, and but. Instead, they would give the pretty boy a chance to be their star, and Marty's cast it off on the side. Marty was always a better wrestler than Shawn Michaels. Anybody that disagrees with me, well, you're just an idiot.
Well, I don't agree with you. I mean, you know, I don't. Both of those guys were really good wrestlers in their own right. Of course, Marty Jannetty was the guy that, you know, always took all the heat and did most of the work in there, and then of course Shawn Michaels would come in and finish it up.
Yeah, you're right. He would steal the show. He's the showstopper.
He was like the Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express.
Right. Robert Gibson was the better wrestler.
Well, yeah. See. But everybody has their place in the business, man. That's all I could say about that. But I want to go to a break for a minute. And then we're going to come back with more with Ric Lieb. So hold on, Rick. We're going to come back to you in just a minute. Come back, Cage of Dreams.
This is Miss Love, and you're watching Cage of Dreams with Carnage, Tony D, and my favorite, Shannon.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, the bad boy of cable, Carnage. And with us on our special edition of Cage of Dreams is Ric Lieb.
Mr. Ric Lieb.
Welcome back, sir.
I'm cutting you off right now. I'm going to take a commercial break. I've seen your show before. I know you don't have any sponsors. I mean...
Yeah, we do. But we do have a sponsor. It's right here. Hopefully everybody can see that out there.
Oh, boy. Sounds like Rick didn't pay his cable bill.
Yeah, I don't know. He's breaking up a little bit.
That's okay.
But,
Too scared to have me. Put it down.
Listen, if you want to make a donation to Ric Lieb's cable bill, right?
In the studio with you want to put it up, but the studio would be right outside your skinny little neck and your head off of it. I'm telling you right now, Carnage, you better hit the gym because eventually when these birds are lined up, there's big money in booking your role model Ric Lieb versus the New York has-been Carnage, and then I'm in that ring, and dude, that's okay.
Now, let me remind you, this is...
See, I'm trying to keep it, I'm trying to keep this I mean, sorry, but
gentlemen, let's please keep it professional.
He's really plucking my nerve right now, I wish there was a promoter out there. If there's any promoters out there, I swear, please book this guy to wrestle me. I'm begging you, please, so I can smack the snot right out of this little nature boy wannabe coming out with his bleach blonde hair. I don't know who I'm wrestling, Ric Flair's or wannabe long lost son or Eminem. I don't know, but anyway, please book us.
Yeah, Ric Flair, because I got the big long locks going down here. I don't look anything like just because Ric Flair stole my the ring doesn't mean that I'm trying to be like Ric Flair. I've been bleaching my hair since I was a child. You know why? Because I just enjoy looking good. And I don't care what anybody says. This is the prettiest face ever to be on your show.
This is going south real quick. Is he still talking?
He's still talking. But
he's still talking? Anyway.
What now?
Well, we're going to go ahead and end this show. We appreciate Ric Lieb coming on. Unfortunately, he keeps going. I don't know. I can't shut him off. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is your bad boy Cable Carnage saying... Don't just live your life, live your dream. Peace out. Thank you.
Girlfriend right there sitting next to him and agree with him. Whatever you want to do, it ain't gonna happen. Carnage,
Carnage, I give up.
I want a stupid email my
Give up.
And I'm gonna say that it wasn't my idea to be this by the way. Lawyer's name is Donald R. Dix. Good luck with that with me on the show. It'll take more than your girlfriend Tony over there to stop you. I'm like, if you say what you want, I can play pissed off. You know I can keep on talking if you want me to.